Hi, Tactical Chibi here with another video. This time we will conquer the world as Czechoslovakia. But to make it a little harder, I will not form Austro-Hungary. Now, without further ado, the first thing we will need to do is to flip to fascism to get faster war justifications. And for that, we will get rid of the army and sell the light tanks, since we are not going to use them. And as always, we will start building infrastructure on states with the most building slots. In the production tab, we will remove the light tanks and add every equipment. Our focus at the start is weapons and support equipment, as we will do some early collab operations in Germany. For research, we will do the basics: electronic mechanical engineering, basic machine tools and construction 1. For focuses, we will take political direction and go right after that to unlock the fascist demagogue. Now that we took the starting steps, let's talk about the future. The first thing we will do after flipping is to justify on Austria, since they have a very strong industry and we cannot allow the Germans to take it. On a side note, I will go for heavy tanks in the late game, so I will take Skoda armor. Following, after Austria, we will rush to get the war goal on Hungary, and since we will not form Austria-Hungary, I will puppet them to take their industry and keep my manpower to fight the Germans when they demand the Sudetenland. Also, ideally, we want to have full collaboration in Germany at that point, which means that we will take the intelligence agency braids and elusive gentleman very early. As we get our first operative, we will start building an intel network. After unlocking the fascist advisor, we will go directly to strategic decisions. And we shouldn't forget to take the fascist advisor. As we get 10% fascism support, we can already trigger the civil war. Since the other side will have divisions, even if we delete the army, we need to put a single cavalry in training before the civil war. For the next focus, I will take an entente of our own. Going on, as we trigger the civil war, we will switch to war economy and wait for our cavalry division. Also, we can start training more divisions in case things get complicated. After we deploy the cavalry, we will ride to the victory points. Or at least, that was the plan. On the various tries, this is the first time the enemy managed to pin my division. And it's probably because I started training too late and I had to wait too much to deploy it. Now I depend on them not pushing, or they can capitulate me easily. Let's see if we can turn the tables on this one. As we win the civil war, we will start training infantry divisions, and we will start justifying on Austria. The next focus will be invade Yugoslavia, since the Romanian one doesn't work properly, as far as I noticed. For construction, we will do military factories only. This will be a short game, so we will not build a lot of things. Yugoslavia should accept to form the Entente, then we will take the Security Council focus. Also, let's get the Army Offense Expert for the ticking Army XP. The next focus will be dissolve Hungary. For our infantry template, we will use the basic one and simply add engineers and artillery support company. After we get the war goal on Hungary, we will take the fortification focuses. They will be very useful to hold the Germans, but also we need the manpower that each of these focuses give. As soon as we finish justifying on Austria, we will declare war. To make it a fast conquest, we will exploit their weak positions in the front line. As we get through, we will just walk to their victory points. As they capitulate, we will puppet them and get their resources and industry. Going on, we will declare war on Hungary, and since they have a pretty weak army, this will be very easy. And as you can see, Hungary is protecting their border with Yugoslavia, since we are in the same faction, making the job even easier. As the Magyars capitulate, we will do the same we did with Austria. With those two conquests, we have increased our industry a lot. The only thing we lack is manpower. Anyway, our next move will be to dissolve the faction and create a new one with Italy. They will not join a faction, but they will gladly create one with us. As we secured Italy's support, we will start preparations to go to war against Germany. Let's increase our conscription laws as we get the political power. And while we get more manpower, we will start training more divisions. After we got all of the manpower from the fortification focuses, let's get Czech fascism. We want to get the focus aggressive wars since it gives war justification time reduction. At this point, let's get military theorists for cheaper doctrines and get grand battle plan. While we keep building strength, let's justify on China. As we got a bigger industry, let's get anti-air and recon company to our infantry template. Anti-air is a must or the German CIS will melt our divisions. Going on, as we get our war goal on China, let's declare war and call Italy to it. Now, as we are both in a common war, we can do the trick to get all their divisions. We just need to make an order that requires a lot of divisions and request expeditionaries. And just with that, we get 70 Italian divisions at our disposal. Nice. We need to move them fast to the front line since Germany is already getting the focus demand Sudetenland. But some of the Italian divisions need convoys to get here, so I will ask for them to any country nearby. We can improve relations with Poland and Turkey and other countries. I have been organizing the divisions and using the stronger ones for the main front line. We cannot allow the Germans to damage the Italian divisions too much, or they will recall their forces. The idea is that as we will have a number superiority, the AI will not attack and we can use our own divisions as a spearhead to push. Obviously, in this event, we will not cede any territory to Germany. We are on a world conquest path and there is no reason to give them any territory. And here comes the declaration of war. Because Romania was guaranteeing us, they declared war on Germany. Let's invite them to the faction. It seems that some divisions cannot reach the front line and we have gaps. Regardless of that, we are managing to encircle some German troops against the Polish border. As more Italian divisions arrived at Europe, we can assign them to the front line. Now let's use the weak front line they have with Austria, calling them to the war. Well, Italy called back their divisions because I abused from them too much. Thankfully, they are not leaving the front line. Thank you, Mussolini, I assure you I will never betray you. As Germany capitulates, we will puppet them and demand their industry and resources. At this point in 1939, we have all the strength of Germany under our control, and we will use it to conquer the rest of the world. And because we need a navy to take down the UK, for that we will reduce Germany's autonomy and annex them. Then we will release them again as collaboration government. Ideally, we should have taken their navy in the peace deal, but we couldn't because we don't control any coastline. Obviously, we will take Germany's manpower because we're not going to form the Austro-Hungarian Empire. That is a relic that belongs to the past. The new cool thing is the Bohemian Empire. We will do the trick of switching a German template to a small template of ours and get the manpower. After a few repetitions, we managed to get 1 million German manpower, and we can start training a lot more divisions. After some management, I got the navy from Germany, and we are ready to declare war on the Allies. At this point, I will start justifying on smaller countries too, and hopefully they will join the Allies and not the Chinese United Front. It might take a while to get naval supremacy. I was expecting to get it instantly, but with France alive, the Allied navy is a bit stronger. Oops, the Romanian front line became a little messy and our divisions got encircled. Let's emergency deploy a new army to cover it. Thankfully, we have Soviet military access, other way our divisions could have been destroyed. After we defeated Romania, we will go for Yugoslavia. I almost missed that my divisions landed on the UK. If we manage to get the port, I will wait for more divisions to arrive to keep watching. At this point, I will call Germany to the war and proceed to capitulate France. But before we continue, let's design a little heavy tank. We will make the same broken and fused division we used as Costa Rica, but this time with heavy tanks. The idea of the design is to stack as much soft attack as possible, and as we unlock more tank technology, we will upgrade the design. As you see, I was planning on going for mechanized, but I changed my mind. It took a while to capitulate the Allies, but we managed to declare war on a lot of smaller countries in the meanwhile, which will make the world conquest faster in the long run. After a long peace deal, we managed to annex half of the world in one go. Unfortunately, Japan declared war on us. I really wanted to take down China before going to war against them. Anyway, let's take advantage of our military access on the Soviets. We will plan a naval invasion to the Japanese home islands. And to make it possible, we just need to plan a naval invasion to Soviet land, and that will allow us to plan one from their territory to Japan. As we capture Aomori's port, Japan's destiny is sealed. Our one-eyed Czech general will lead us to victory in Japan. While we take down Nippon, we will start invading the US. As you can see, they don't have any divisions at the border, and we will take advantage of that. Japan fell very easily. The peace deal wasn't very clean. Now we have Romania, Moldova and Ukraine. Regardless, we can take care of them very easily. We better go back to the US to see how it's going on. It seems everything is going okay. The US got divisions at the front line, but they cannot hold our divisions. But obviously they started a naval invasion. We need to do something or we will get encircled and die. But I don't have a lot of divisions to take care of that. If we focus on capturing the ports, we might be able to encircle those divisions. At the other side of the world, we lost Japan to the American puppet, but we are holding in Korea. But as long as we capitulate the US, Japan is not an issue. Now that we have built enough amphibious tanks, we will design a template to use them. I will replace the motorized for anthrax as we produce more of them, and since I lack the army XP, I will add the flam tanks later. I will switch some infantry divisions to this template and use them to push. And obviously it works wonderfully. As said, I'm replacing the motorized and adding the flame tanks. And obviously the Soviet Union will justify against us. I was preparing to invade Turkey and China, but now we have 15 days to put any spare divisions against the Soviet border or we are done. Thankfully, our German puppet had 36 divisions we can take. The Soviets declare war and we can only hope for our emergency army to hold them, at least until we can move our main army to the front line. Because I don't even have enough equipment to train more divisions. Coming back to the US, they are almost done. With a couple more victory points, they should capitulate. And they did. Now we can annex all of the US faction and focus on the war against the Soviets. I will keep the amphibian tank divisions at South America and capitulate Chile and the other countries that joined the Comintern. After the main army arrived at the front with the Soviets, I disbanded the puppets divisions to reduce supply consumption. And after building planning bonuses, we can start taking the offensive.
12 seconds later.
The battle plan push was too costly to keep, so I deployed more amphibious tanks divisions to help. Those divisions will destroy any Soviet unit on their path. And oh yes, Norway joined the Comintern, and they are a major country. The game was going so fast, but as always, random countries become majors, forcing us to go and capitulate them. Anyway, we managed to encircle a good chunk of the Soviet army. This will help speed things up. Let's try to make another big encirclement here. Obviously, Brazil joined the Comintern and is a major. That is why I kept a tank army at South America. And finally, after capturing Leningrad, the Soviets capitulate. Thanks Paradox for the invention of collaboration governments. I will proceed to capitulate Brazil and Norway to finally move to take down the Chinese United Front. And that was the Comintern. Those divisions in Korea held Chinese attacks for 3 years, and they became very experienced. The Chinese faction is not putting much resistance, to be honest. As China is almost done, let's focus on capitulating Italy now. Even as Turkey is in the Italian faction, they don't want to join the war, but they cannot escape our ambitions. Finally, the Chinas capitulate, and there is a lot of countries to annex here. Italy capitulated, and sadly they became a puppet we will need to annex. Well, there is only the Turkish and Siam left. Let me quickly capitulate them and get to the end of this world conquest. After capitulating them, I have been annexing my puppets, and only Italy is left to achieve the 100% world conquest. At last, the Bohemian Empire rules the world, the land of Jan Žižka and other great Czech generals. It only took 4 hours and could be much less, but still it's not a bad run. Obviously, it could have been much faster if we formed the Austro-Hungarian Empire, but I wanted it to be a pure Czech world conquest. Anyway, let me show you the templates used for this game. I think I didn't change this in the entire game. The thing I changed was Recon Company for Rangers. And this is the amphibious tank division. There is some motorized because I forgot to change it, and the division was very strong anyway. This was the garrison template. Yes, I should have filled the division with cavalry for late game, but me lazy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and a comment below. Also consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. As a final note, I want to say that I'm very hyped for the new content coming to the game. Let's see what the future has in store for our beloved Hoi 4. Without more to say, I will see you in the next one.